Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to get back on the Sunday box review series where I was doing, and last few weeks I haven't done a box review. I've either had some videos on some other stuff, or either I was out of town or tied up on stuff and actually just didn't do a video on that Sunday. But anyway, we're going to do one today, and it's going to be on the Honda Epson sponsored NSX. It's the '05 version. I think I can get most of it here in the screen without covering me up. But anyway, we're going to do a box review of it, look inside of it, and I'm actually thinking I'm going to start on it here probably the next couple days. I've only got one on the bench right now that I'm finishing up, so I'm going to try to get this one going and maybe something else. I like to have about 2 or 3 at a time going, that way where I've always got something I can do. Stuff's either setting up or drying or waiting on stuff, I can go ahead and work on another model. So anyway, we're going to look at this one and let's take a look at it. We're going to turn the camera around and let's get building. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Again, we're going to take a look at this Tamiya 124 scale Epson sponsored Honda NSX. This is from the 2005 season. I picked this up here a while back, and like I said, we're just going to take a quick look at it inside and what comes with it. Down here in the corner you'll see that it comes with cartograph decals right there. And like I said, the box art is real pretty box art on it. It's actually a pretty car, being white and blue. Side panels, just the typical Tamiya stuff. Side view, front view, rear view of the car. Then we'll pull it over on this side, and again you'll see a top view. And then of course a lot of the stuff in Japanese and so forth, which I can't read. It does have Epson 2005, the separately available parts for it, which I do have right here. This is the photoette set for it, which is right here, so I will be using that set. We'll take a look at that real quick here in just a minute. But and then of course it's got the collar call outs and so forth on it right there. So anyway, that's the box art right there. So we'll take a quick look at the parts trees, the body and so forth, and then we'll look at the instructions and the decals. Not many trees with this kit right here. Let's say I'll zoom in here a little bit. It's actually sort of a, I won't say it's a quick build, but being a race car, there's not a whole lot to it. And like I said, being curbside, the motor, I believe you see the top part of the motor, but I believe that's it, if I remember correctly. But we'll take a look at that here in a minute. But anyway, I got the wheels, the seat, inner tub and all for the race version. Here's your brakes, about right here. This right here is going to be some of the parts of the suspension. Most of this will be suspension parts. Near all of this, other than of course your wheels and so forth. Most of this black tree, looking at the instruction, is the suspension stuff, or some of it will be body panels, some of the smaller body panels. So we'll set that aside. We'll move over here to the white tree. Most of these are going to be the like your spoiler. Here's some of the roll cage. Some of these pieces right here I know are body panels that will go on the car. I believe this is part of the rear wing right here, the spoiler. Obviously this is a spoiler. That like I said, this is part of the roll cage right here. Some more of the front air dams that will go on the front of the car. These two pieces right here, I know looking at on the instruction a little while ago, they will go to the side of the car. They're like little filler panels. Here's two of the front and the rear tow bar or tow hook, if you want to call it. So if they need to pull the car, they can. Let's see here. Pull up this other black sheet right here, parts tree. And of course we got the dash, some more of the interior panels. This is actually an under panel right here. These two pieces right here are under panels. They come out from the underbody. Steering wheel, foot pedals, brake, gas, clutch, so forth. Antenna, some interior parts, windshield wiper. Here's a fuel inlet, go on it. Here's some interior pieces that go on the inside. Not much on this tree. Again, like I said, there's not a lot of parts with this kit right here. Let's see here. We'll take a quick look at the well, here's the glass, and again, I don't take a glass out of plastic. Like I said, it's got, of course, the windshield and the two side pieces right there. And just noticed, no, I thought you could see the engine in this one, but you don't. There's not a rear glass. I'll show you on the body here in a minute. Here's two of the side glass right here. A couple of the front glass that goes up for the headlights, and the front light, run light for the races. This back here will be the rear panel that covers up. It has like the stop lights and the back lights and all so forth. See, and there's a couple tiny lights right here that go up to the front, looking at the box art right here. So we'll set that to a side. The tire, you got 4 tires, and of course it's got the usual Tamiya, the little black rubber pieces. That's what goes up inside to hold the wheels and tires on. That's the usual little black pieces there. But anyway, the rubber tires, typical Tamiya, just black rubber, good and soft. They have to be scuffed up some. It's got the seam line, but it's not bad. Most Tamiya tires, you can scuff them up real easy. Won't take much to do that. We'll get that straight. Let's see here. The body, again, Tamiya bodies look good. Very little seam line, if anything. The typical Tamiya coming back right here around your rear fender right here. Little scuffing around the corners right here where it's a little rough on the corners. Again, just scuff that up a little bit with some 3000 and knock that down. And then go work the seam lines. Like I said, again, typical Tamiya, good body, everything's good and clean. There's looks like part of your lights that will probably have to be painted, and then that glass piece will go over that. The back here, again, what I was talking about, I thought you could see the engine in this one, but I guess it was another car I was looking at. But this panel will be painted, so you can't see the engine in this one. So apologize for thinking you could, but you can't. I just noticed that. The underbody right here, it's actually a die-cast piece. That's unusual. I don't think I've ever seen a Tamiya actually have a die-cast piece, or if it has, it's I've never built one of these type cars with a die-cast piece. I'll probably refinish it and shoot it again, even though it is underneath and you're not going to see it. I'll probably just refinish it anyway. This kit comes with some screws. Obviously, with the die-cast, you'll have to screw the underbody to the body. So again, there's a package of screws that holds that on. And let's see here. We'll take a quick look at the decals and all. Here's the decals for the tires. See, I'll zoom in just a little bit so you can see them. There's some mesh right here that will go on a couple of the grills and the side panels for air inlets. Of course, Tamiya, they're pretty good about giving you the glass masking for seal for all your glass. These two smaller pieces right here for the headlights up front. There's a piece that mounts to the body that mounts back into the body, so you have to cover that up with them, and then the rest of the part is painted. Of course, your windshield right here, and then I believe these are for the mirrors, but I have to look at the instruction. And of course, the decals, they look yellowed out right here. I actually opened it up here a while back. I'm not going to open it up again, but I'll pull it out a little bit. But it's actually good and clean. It's just the film over it is actually a yellowish film. Usually you have white film, but yeah, yellow. So anyway, the decals are really good. They're bright. They're not washed out like they look there. We'll take a quick look at the instruction sheet here real quick. Pretty much just typical Tamiya. You start out, of course it tells you the tools that you might need for use and so forth. If you've never built a kit before, whatever. Of course all your Tamiya collars are listed here. All your TS collars, the X, XFs and so forth. We're all used to that. Again, it talks about the aftermarket Tamiya Detail Up set if you want to use that. Let's see here. Of course, we'll start out with the suspension, brakes, and so forth. Here's how everything, all the front calipers and all are mounted. And then we work over to step 2, continue on with the suspension. And we're going to work on the front part here. Over here in step 1 was the rear suspension. Step 2, we go to the front suspension. Again, same thing, just putting all the pieces together. Not going to be a lot of suspension since everything fits up under it and you're not going to see nothing. And of course it's got the body panel underneath. So step 3, we just go to mounting everything to that bottom pan. Step 4, we're going to start on the interior, like I say, steering wheel, throttle stuff, the decals and the detail painting for the steering wheel right here. Of course we got the dash, we'll have the steering wheel. It is a right-hand drive on this car. So anyway, and it shows again which decals go on the dash, detail painting, collars for that. Over here in step 5, we're going to go to the tub, interior tub, start putting in the pedals and some of that smaller interior stuff I was talking about a little while ago. Here's a smaller gear shift and a little small box right here, probably an electronics box. Here's how to detail the seat out, a couple other little pieces. The roll cage in this thing is actually just 2 pieces. Not much roll cage. It's all 2 pieces are all molded together. So when it goes together, you have all the multi bars and all. Right here, we put in the exhaust pipes. Sometimes Tamiya likes to stick stuff down in the corner. Even though it's not part of the interior, they had room to stick it here. So it will go on step 6. So you would carry this exhaust. The exhaust tips and all the exhaust pipes over into step 6. They mount back here on the back side. Just typical Tamiya, the way they lay stuff out, so you have to sort of watch. Step 7 shows you how to lay out painting the body. It's going to be, I won't say it's going to be hard, but you just got to pay attention to what you're doing. They do a good job of showing you the lines and all. You may have to pull your decals out, make a copy of your decal and then cut it out to hold it up to make sure you get your paint lines correct, because it's got to all blend in with your decal and all. But like I said, it's a little intricate, but it'll be okay if you just take your time and follow this layout right here. Step 8, we start adding some of the rear panels and the front panel up here on the front of the car. Again, some little detail painting before you start assembly of like the headlights and so forth. Here on the rest of part 8, we've got a couple pieces inside that you mount. That's where the screws, when you come up through the underbody, will go to. Again, a couple front panels up on the back of the car right here. Same thing on the front. We've got a couple sort of like air vents or something, I would call them. They mount from underneath the car. Again, they got to be detail painted, just like this one right here, that go on the back of the car. There's about 3 collars that go on this one right here, the 2 that fit in the back. Like I say, the front ones, they're just solid blue because the front of the car is blue. We'll carry it over to step 9. They show you some of the markings that need to go on the car now. There is, I'll show you when we get to the back, there's a full layout of all the decals. But they're trying to apply some of the decals now. I guess stuff will be covering it up and so forth. Usually anyway, like most everybody, I'm going to decal the car before I even get to the assembly. As much as I can, because you know I decal it and then clear coat it, so everything's got to be ready before you get to this step anyway. So but we'll have all that done. Step 10 is putting the masking stickers on, of course painting the black around the windows and so forth. Not much else to do. Mount the windshield wiper right here on the front windshield before you get ready to assemble it. Down here's that glass piece I was talking about. Some of it, and it will be painted X7, which is probably yeah, the clear red. Mount that. The 2 stickers where we were talking about 2, there's one right there and one right there, so when you peel them off it'll all be clear like it's supposed to be. The rest of it will be the red. The X6, I imagine that's orange, I'm thinking it is. And yeah, over here to the call outs, yeah. So most all of this rear panel will be red. You got your 2 orange lights right here, and then of course your 2 masking stickers as we just discussed. Come over here to step 11. We've got mounting the 2 tow hooks, the front and the back right here. This will be the back one, this will be the front one up here. Here's where the fuel inlet, it'll mount from the inside the body, where we was talking about. Here's a rear panel that goes in from the inside, and of course you're mounting your glass now to the inside of the body. Step 12, we're going to start with the rear spoiler and wing, so to speak. Looks like it's a 4-piece assembly. They got 1 piece that fits underneath the spoiler, and then your 2 mounts that would mount the spoiler to the body. Got some different call outs for here, so this is going to be definitely a multicolored. Of course your mounts will be black, semi-gloss black X18, and then 26 TS 26, that's pure white, and then this other color right here will be your blue. They're calling for some mixture on the blue while I'm talking about the blue on this body. I've looked at some pictures and all, and I'm pretty sure I've got a close color on Tamiya without actually mixing this. I doubt I mix up all that to get the exact color. They've got some other colors that are pretty much right on without having to mix it. So, but we'll take a look at it when we get to the painting part. Over here, front air duct. Here's a couple glass pieces where I was talking about that will go mount up in the air duct area. We're going to cut 3 pieces of the mesh right here that will fit into the front air duct, so it'll give it that realistic look of mesh right there. Here's an air intake. That's a piece that sits up on the roof of the car, as you've seen on the box art of the vehicle. So then over here we've got the side mirrors, and again we got the cover right here for the mirrors so it don't mess the mirrors up when you paint. And let's see here, we'll come over here to step 13. It's going to be a lot of the outer body panels and all like we talked about. Here's a side wing, it goes on both sides. Here's the front headlight area I was talking about, and it says right here masking sticker. So that's what I was talking about. You're going to cover up right there so it doesn't cover up the glass area, and then of course we're going to paint the rest of it. There's 2 pieces right here that you got to watch. Looks like they're awful small, so they'll hide behind the headlight right here. Here's this front air intake where we were just talking about with the mesh and all. And here's some detail painting as I was talking about on the headlights. Goes under this top section. Here's 2 of the side panels again where we were talking about. And here's another, that body filler what I was talking about on that white tree a little while ago too. You actually have to, up here in the corner, they talk about the exact measurement for the white and the blue. You have to make sure you measure this out. They've got it measured in millimeters, so so everything will match up when it goes to the body. And let's see, down here in the rest of 13, we're going to add that top inlet where we built a little while ago, the air intake right here. The other side of the bottom panel, and then the side filler panel right here. We're going to drop in this glass right here. Along, we've got to cut a couple more pieces of the mesh right here. You can also use the detail up set. That actually comes in it as well to help detail it. Anytime you see the DP on Tamiya stuff, that means there's a part of the detail upset. So we're going to come down here to 14, starting to close up the final assembly on this thing. We're going to add the side mirrors, obviously add in the spoiler, rear spoiler. Then we're going to put in the screws where the bottom panel, since it is a metal piece, it can't glue to the body good. So like again, it is screwed to the body. Them pieces we glued in earlier in the build. And we come over here to step 15. We're going to fix up our, put the poly caps in the wheels. That's them little plastic pieces. This one is such a big wheel, there's actually 2 poly caps per wheel. Of course, you got to get the decals on your tires right here. And of course, get the wheel painted, get the wheel assembly. We've got a small center piece right here. That'd be the lug on the wheel. And let's see here, front diffuser. We have to, it's actually a 2-piece section right here. So we get those pieces put together, all that painted up. Front diffuser will go to the underbody. Again, you got another screw right here to hold it on. And then there's covers that go up, little square covers that will hide where the screws are mounted to the underneath. So if you was to turn it over, you wouldn't see the screw heads. But like I said, this car being no suspension or nothing under it, it'll just be on a base for me. When I show it, if I do show it, there won't be no mirrors or nothing. You know, if you got a nice underside and a lot of detail, obviously I'd like to put them on the mirror, but for this one, it'll just be just sitting on a base. Try to do a color coated base like I do with some of my kits. But anyway, that's that. Take a quick look at the detail up set. I'll pull it out right here. Again, it's a Tamiya Detail Up part series for the 124 scale Epson NSX 2005. It's got, again, some of the mesh areas. Instead of using, I guess, the mesh in the kit, you could just use this photo etch. Has the tire marking where you could where you could just spray airbrush the tires instead of using the decal. Again, here's part of the brakes to make it look more realistic instead of trying to paint them. Here is seat belt material. You can't really see it in here, but there's material back here on the back side that you make some seat belts for the seat, racing seat. And let's see, we've got some pieces right here. They go up on the body. They're actually like hood and panel release things and all, so that would go up on the body. Again, there's some more of the body release stuff that goes in there. Here's just a name, the Epson NSX 2005. You can mount it somewhere like on a base or something. So anyway, not a whole lot of parts, even though there's a lot of small parts, not a lot of different ones for this car, but enough to make it really realistic. So anyway, we're going to probably use that during the build. I'll try to take some pictures or do a video as we go along, because once this car starts sealing up, you won't see inside too much. So I'll try to take some pictures before we seal it up as far as the inside and so forth. But with that, just thought I'd show everybody that. picked that one out today to do the Sunday box review. So anyway, again, appreciate all the subs, the likes, the comments, thumbs up. Like I said, I'm repeating myself, but see everybody at the shows. We've got one coming up in, I guess, 3 weeks down in Simpsonville, South Carolina. We'll be down there for the South Carolina Modelers Association. So anyway, we'll be down there, and hope to see a lot of you down that way. So with that, let's get building.